But it was a nice reminder because it talked about how, you really, there's a purpose for the form and how you need to really study the form. And it goes with what my teacher would say, that every time you do the form, it should feel different, right? It shouldn't just feel the same. If it feels the same, then you're not really studying. It's just the same thing over and over again. And it doesn't have to feel better, but it should feel different. And that means that you're listening, there's a change, right? You're just not trying to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. So he's kind of laid it out nicely how you need to, right? You need to strengthen the structure first. You need to build the structure. And he did analogies like, what is it? Like electricity, right? You can't have electricity unless you build the generator and put the wires in and put the structures and the conduits, right? Then you can run electricity. So if you're trying to cultivate qi, and if you're trying to cultivate the qi as the emphasis first and the e as the emphasis first, that's backwards. It happens, but how can you run electricity if you don't have wires, if you don't have structure in it, right? So you build the foundation, and then the foundation can properly accept the internal. Yeah, so it's like, do the form. Yeah, and those are the lessons. And so many people, they misinterpret the study of the form, and they look at Tai Chi. Oh, it's just slow. It's just old people movement. It's too boring. Right? I don't enjoy necessarily watching a lot of Tai Chi videos because it is boring. Because you have to study it yourself. When you do it, then it's not boring. If you're doing the form and it's boring, it's because you don't know what to study, right? You just don't understand what it is you're studying. So as you start studying and listening to your body and paying attention, then it has to slow down. So I was explaining to my friend, it's that it's not moving slower to move slower. The speed is an indicator, like you're moving too fast, but then you don't explain what that means, right? So you slow down and it's just more boring. It's like, I'm moving too slow, right? You're not listening. Yeah. So if I move from here to here, right, or I move from here to here and here to the point where I can pick up one leg but be totally relaxed, totally in balance, have the proper form. While I'm coming from here, right, can I maintain 100% that perfect balance, that perfect relax, that expansion, the spiral, right? All of these things, and correct the movement instead of just rushing and finishing the movement. Yeah.
Well, plus, doesn't it take more strength actually to do it slower?
Oh, yeah.
You're holding your weight in that minute position longer.
Yeah, you're holding it longer, and you're trying to be single weighted as much as possible, right? So single weighted being, right, everything's on here. So when I step out here, right, I should be single weighted and then sinking, right, and then transferring and not rushing that, feeling how it transfers and everything, right? And then if it doesn't feel right, don't advance anymore, right? Fix that, sink, right? And then holding that, right? Can you just hold and perfect as many things? So the more you learn and the more you understand, that's one more thing to study when you do the movement, right? So in the beginning, the learning is, what's the next move? Which way do I turn? Where does the feet move? That takes a lot, right? Just learning the basic movement, right? The direction, the basic movement, right? So once you get the basic movement, okay, now this is how you move, right? Sink here, turn here. When you turn, you want to do it like this. When you turn, you want to be thinking of this. When you turn, you want to express like this, right? So now you have more to think about in one move, right? And then as you get that, it becomes more internal, right? Okay, start thinking of the move, feel how your body wants to move, right? So then you start training the E, right? Here's the breathing, here's the structured breathing, relax, right? Put the mind over here, right? While you move, you know the move, but now where does the mind go, right? So the structure is first, and then training the mind, right? In the meantime, look at the hand, look at this hand, look at this hand. So you're training the intent in a very concrete way, right? So, and then that also, you know, there's so many reasons to do it overlaid. There's structure, there's intent, there's internal, external, yeah, from there. Okay, so let's come back and let's start the second one. We move the chair, stand up, and we'll do standing. All right, let's see who's back. Besides Susie and us. Oh, there you are. Okay, so we'll do standing. So I've been showing you the silk reeling, basic silk reeling moves. And yeah, one day I should really learn the proper names of all the movements so I can write it down and teach you. Okay. So that first basic move is the shooting palms, and if you can, you turn all the way, right? Releasing and sinking, drop the shoulders, drop the elbows, and you washing the arm, right? And you turn and relax, right? So all the same principles apply, right? Suspended from above, sinking, but now we're doing it we're trying to learn how to flow. Well, not trying to learn, but we're learning how to flow and be fluid and loosen up all the joints. So the more you turn, right, and let the dance come out. And studying the transfer of weight and feeling that, you know, that water, it's like a wave, right? It's like sitting on the shore, watching the wave, right? Come and go, right? And come and go. And then if you're sitting on the shore and watching the wave, sometimes you see like a little stick, right? A little leaf. And you watch how that just flows, right? It doesn't fight that, and that's what you're doing, right? It's like that little leaf just flowing, and you move and drag it around. It comes from one side to the other side. And let the palms vibrate and shake. Learn to turn from the center. Right? There's so much going on just in this silk reeling. So this first one is just nice and relaxed. Right? You don't have to turn all the way. Right? You turn as much as comfortable from there. And then just feel the palm washing through the arm, all the way up through the shoulder if you want. And then from underneath, and drop the arm and turn the waist. As you turn the waist, that's what moves the arm. Okay, and then number two, as you lift, the hand drops. And as you turn, the hand cuts across and it exchanges. So as it cuts across, just let the hand drop for now, and then it scoops up. And the bottom palm turns and drop the shoulder and elbow, and it cuts across the body. Just gently rubbing across the body. You start first just below the belly button, right at the dantian. So then if you want, you can change it to solar plex, right? Or different places. And again, if you can, try to turn all the way. But if you cannot, don't worry about it, whatever's comfortable. Turning involves turning from the waist, not the shoulder. The shoulder follows. So you really have to focus your mind in the center of your body, turning in the center. Right? You could come across from the shoulder and cutting diagonally. And then notice how you just let the hand drop, and then it scoops up. Here. Okay, and then this turns into the teacup. So as you're turning, you let the fingertips teacup, and eventually, right, it can come all the way down, or you can just massage the kidney and come through. When you come through, let the whole arm run, or right, we can come down the piriformis and come all the way down the IT band. So many modifications, right, in one movement. You just keep adding different modifications, different options. So as I come up, let the palm spiral and rise, right? And then it can tap. So just fast review of these movements. And they don't have to be in a strict order. Right? You mix them up. Oh, see, I'm stuck on one side right now. Right there. And do the other side. Right here, just let it drop. The spirals can be, right, could be a really large circle. It could just be a really large circle, snaking and weaving. Right? It could be really tight in the center. And same thing, finish the move. Okay. And then come back to the shooting palms, right? And then come back and stand in the center. Okay. And then number three was coming up over the top of the head, picking up the same leg and turning and then stepping and releasing the waist, so you're going to turn a little bit more. Yeah? So sink into the hip, head is up, sternum is up, and step back. And tap and let the body turn. Drop the hands. If your hands are too high, that's going to throw off your balance. So washing the outside. This one, you really take your time. Find your balance. Keep the spine nice and upright. If you want to challenge yourself, you can look at your upper hand a little bit. You turn your head too much, it's going to throw your balance off. But if you want to be extreme, you could look up like this. But wow, that really, it makes it really hard, and we're all going to fall down. And we don't want that. So just kind of use your eyes to look at your palms. Yeah. Drop the shoulders, elbows, right? Let everything fall. It's a little tap, a little slap. And just slowly turn down, right? Sink into the hip. Step, sink into the hip. Wash the outside, twist and turn. Really focus on the lower body. Get your foundation first. Get the stepping and stability. And just relax your upper body. So turning, right? So turning and scooping, and then turning. So I feel like I'm dialing my spine. I'm turning my spine. And all of this is open, so when I turn, just release that tension. Let the foot lift, and then come back, sink back. Yeah. Okay, and then come back to center. All right, and come back to center, and then just flow right back into here. Okay, and then we'll look at number 4. Okay, so number 4, these whirlwind palms, right? The first one was a pump, right? So if I'm facing you, it's like pumping forward, yeah? So pumping forward, and then drawing back, and the elbow comes up, and stretch and open the rib cage. And for now, you can rest your hand on the sternum, but the hand starts pushing out. Okay? If the hand pushes out, you can feel that stretch. So the two sides start stretching, right? They round. If the hand rests on the sternum, this side is released. But you can do it as a step 1, step 2, step 3. Right? And then turn, and then looking over my shoulder, and then step, and then come out, right? So the first move is dragon rolls over, so it pumps, the elbow comes up like you're supporting the bag of rice, and slowly overstretch, right? Just take your time and let the hand roll over the head, drop the shoulder, right? And then the palm comes out, right? So we try the other side, same thing. You pump, you sit back and come up, right? This hand can be here, it can start to reach. Look at the elbow, roll, right? So the palm ends up. Right? So again, pumps, lifts, turning, the spine is going to allow it to reset. Yeah. So from here, this hand is here, right? We do a shooting palm. Right? So it pumps, dragon rolls over, lifts, rotate around the spine, drop the shoulder, comes out, and right from here, right, the palms are going to turn, and then just a shooting palm. Yeah. Let me change the angle. So let me change my angle so you can get a different view. Coming over, and then shooting palm, yeah, to this side. So this hand is going to swing and reach behind the head. Okay? So dragon rolls over, right? The bottom hand is pressing, yeah, turning. Yeah, so I'm going to correct my form, so it might look a little bit different from before, and then come back and reach behind the head. This is called removing the helmet, right? So as I'm coming here, I'm reaching behind my head, and then I'm going to turn. So like taking off the helmet, right? Turn and drop, and then from here I'm going to swing, and the hand comes here. Yeah. So the hand comes here. Yeah. So as I swing, this hand hits the Ming Meng, relax, and this hand comes out here. Yeah. So it doesn't need to touch the body. So I think the way I've been teaching it like this, which is fine, but you can just come here. Yeah. And then you swing. When you turn and swing, the backhand opens up. Yeah. So when you turn and swing, the backhand's going to open up, the lower hand is going to press, right? And then dragon rolls over. So I'm going to turn and rotate and step, and then dragon rolls over. So the form can be smaller the way I've been teaching it all this time, but I've been studying it and looking at it, and it's going to become more rounded how I do it. Yeah. So the way I was showing you the form, and I think it's probably safer that way for right now, is it's a little bit more upright and turning, right, and then just stepping, and then turning, right, and sitting back and reaching, and just rotating from here and turning. So if I'm facing you, it might look like this. Turning and swinging. Okay. So the way it's the full range of motion, just so you see it, and you can see the possibility, is that as from here, instead of just reaching straight up, it'll actually be more like this. So you can see the angle, yeah? It can really open up, and then here, and actually kind of pushing away, reaching behind me. Oh, It could be you can really reach back. The way I tend to teach it, and it probably came out that way because I'm teaching it in the chair more, yeah? So the chair is a little bit more upright. But I think it suits more as I teach the seniors, and especially I can't teach you in person. I'm not teaching in person right now, so I think that smaller, more upright circle is a little safer. But you can see that right from here, if I start shooting and reaching, and this one presses and reaches this way, right, and it opens up, you can see how big the movement can be. Yeah, this actually, so it's like if I come, let's see, if I face this way, right, yeah, you can see. Yeah. Right, you can really stretch, and it's coming out like this instead of more upright and this way. But both of them, the elbow is still like supporting a bag of rice. So even if I'm reaching to the side, the elbow is still kind of pointed up, and it pulls and opens all this up. And then the twist, yeah, the twisting out from here, right? The reaching and twisting out from here, right? Twist the spine. So you can see why it's a spine resetting. And then you're opening all of this, so you're stretching and creating a lot of room all right through the psoas and such. So as I'm looking at it, oh, my mind is really tight, my hips are tight. I realize that for my own personal, right, the more I can stretch and extend, right, the more all this is going to open from there. So as I'm restudying, it's resetting the spine and resetting organs. Okay? But if I teach you that first, oh, everybody's going, oh, I fell down, right? So you have to know yourself. So safety is number one for us, especially we're doing long distance in Zoom, and even in class. So start off hand here, right, on the dragon rolls over, hand here, this is kind of safe, and then eventually the hand starts dropping, right, and it drops and you can feel that stretch, dragon rolls over, and then the hand starts pushing, the lower hand starts pushing out right here. So if this hand pushes out, then it drags the other hand back, right, they start to connect. So yeah, so it starts off with that pump, and this hand starts pressing right through the rib cage, and you start rotating and turning, look over the shoulder, drop the shoulder. Right, when you come here, make sure you just relax and drop the shoulder. Okay, and then it won't, that shoulder joint won't lock. Right? So you come here, look over, just drop the shoulder, palm comes up, yeah? And then turn. A shooting palm, and then it reaches behind. It reaches behind. This hand can start off here, or this hand can be pressing a little bit more so you get that rounded, and then just rotate, right? Just rotate, and then you open and swing, and here. Okay. So the first one, right? Dragon rolls over, right? You lift, rotate around the spine, look over the shoulder. I'm doing it a little smaller, and then shooting palm. Okay? One more time. The dragon rolls over. Right? The hand can be here, but I'm connecting it. Lift the elbow, look over my shoulder, and let it open, and then shooting palm. Okay, the third time. Rotating, okay, and then shooting palm coming across. Okay, so removing helmet comes out of the shooting palm, reaching over and behind the head. This hand can press a little and then rotate. comes in front and then open and let it swing. Okay. So again, comes out of the shooting palm, reach behind the head, right? Lift the elbow, turn, drop the shoulder and elbow down, and then open and unwind, and then tap the back here. Okay. So one more time, the shooting palm, yeah, reach behind, rotate, so you're looking behind, and then turn and open, and let the hands swing. Yeah, good, nice, yeah. So then from here, it just transitions back and forth, okay? So when you're like this backhand becomes the dragon rolls over. So from here, you have to turn. So as you turn, you let this hand fly out from the back. Right? So if I'm facing you, as I turn, then that hand comes out, right? If I'm facing this way, I come from here, right? As I turn, I just drop the backhand, I turn, right? It swings out, and then the bottom hand presses, lift the elbow, rotate, and then I'm shooting palm the other way. Okay? So as you're doing it, you can feel like, wow, you could really get a huge stretch as you learn it. So don't start with that huge stretch, right? I cannot overemphasize that enough. Start off relaxed, smaller, and as the joints loosen up, then you can stretch. You can start pressing and reaching more. You can start reaching more, right? Reaching across, and as you pull, right, it's going to rotate. Yeah? Work slowly into the stretch. Let it opening up, right, as you're comfortable. Otherwise, you will pull muscles. You will, yeah. I don't want you to injure. Okay. So again, the dragon rolls over, and then right, shooting palm and removing helmet. So sitting back, reaching behind the head, and rotating. Just drop this close to you. Yeah, don't drop it out here. Just tuck it in close to you. Then drop, and then swing and open. Right here, and then turn. Let that hand come out. Elbow up. Over, look over the shoulder, and step, shooting palm, reach behind the head, sit back, reach behind, turn, drop this in front of you, open, here, turn, bottom hand starts pressing, dragon rolls over, rotate, drop the arm, shooting palm, reach behind the head, rotate, right, drop, open, here, yeah. Turn, let the arm swing out, lift the elbow, look up, rotate, look over, shooting palm, reach behind, open the shoulder and open. Okay, so I'll face this way just so you get a different angle of what I'm doing. Shooting palm, sit back, reach behind, rotate, drop, turn and open here. Okay, so my back, I'll call out same side, yeah? So my right hand is here, I rotate to my right, my left hand swings out, elbow lifts up, right palm presses out, rotate around my spine, look over my left shoulder, step, shooting palm, right hand underneath and turn. I shift to my right leg and then I sit back on my left, right? Removing helmet, turn to the left and swing to the right. Right hand on the back, left hand open. And then I'm going to turn to my left, so my right hand's going to drop. As I turn, it's going to swing out, lift, left it's going to press, look up, go over my right shoulder, step, shooting palm, sit back on my right, removing helmet, reach behind my head, turn to my right, drop my arm, open. Okay. One more time, turn to my right, left hand swings out, elbow comes up, lift, right hand pushes out, right over here, and pushes, rotate, look over my left shoulder, step, palm, sit back, right hand reaches behind my head, lift the elbow, press the left hand out a little, rotate to my left, drop the right shoulder, and open to the right. Yeah, one more time. And then from any point, right, you can just transition back into the shooting palms, just to relax and let it go. Yeah. Okay. Any questions first before we look at anything else? You can really see how tight a spiral it becomes here. So the first one is just nice and relaxing, just to move the chi and turn the waist, right? Get that nice flow, right? From there, and then starting to massage the body, cut across, right? However you want. It could be flat palm, right? I could just do this kind of swinging just to massage my belly, or it could be massaging kidneys and coming all the way up. Anywhere in between. And then this one, you can see how this one is, right? Really take your time and find your balance and rotate and find that spiral. This one really calm and turning. This really teaches you how to turn. Pick up the leg and it turns. Pick up the leg and everything turns, right? The leg turns with the waist. And transferring. Right, so from here, from the shooting palm, right, you could flow right into removing the helmet. Right, usually, dragon rolls over. I probably should be doing an hour of this right now, and that if I did that, that might solve so many of my problems. It's so hard, you somewhere in that huge toolbox, there's so much good stuff, and I shouldn't be as sore and tired as I am. I just have to take time to dig it out and relook at it and restudy it, how it should be. So it could be just relaxed, right? Like this. It could just be kind of relaxed. Doesn't have to be such a big stretch. Oh, and then the last option I forgot was, right, on the shooting palms, to sit back, right? So as you, let me do it at an angle for you, right? As I sit back, right, and sitting back, and sitting back. And that, for me, that really took a while to learn how to sit back and do it. I could only do it one side, and then the other side. Now I don't know why I can do it two sides. It just evolves. All right, shake everything out. Listen everything out. Now. Okay. Why don't you turn on your mics? Any questions about the movements? You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. So if you have any questions, we can address that. Yeah,
Randy?
Yes, Julie.
Is the main thing, since we don't have somebody to correct the poses, if you just kind of moving similar is I guess is that a benefit? Because I don't know exactly the placement, but I'm just trying to follow. But
it looks pretty good when I watch. I mean, you're getting the basic. Yeah, it's not easy. If I had lines and diagrams, maybe, and we had 5 hours.
No, too much left.
But no, yeah, as long as you're moving, and I'm not.
Well, I try to go in the same direction,
Yeah, and that's why I show you the different gestures. So facing you, and then facing the back. Then facing the back, you can think, oh, right hand, left hand, right? It sometimes that helps. These are not overnight movements. I mean, it took me a long time to be able to do what I do now, and I'm still learning. Like I said, I went back yesterday and I'm watching videos again and said, hey, wait, that's the one I'm trying to teach, and I'm looking at it and going, oh, I'm missing so much stuff in the movement, and I'm listening to, I'm trying to get as much of the theory and the mechanics in the lecture part while watching, and I realized, that I forgot how much I've modified it for my program, for the seated program. So and I want to show you the range, right? It could just be simple like this, right? It could be almost upright, right? And just turning and just loosening, right? It could just be that. It's all there.
Is the key like kind of just moving and relax and flowing? Is that
moving? Yeah. If you get that, that's so much, right? Turning the waist. You always hear me say, turn the waist, let everything loose. That's why I say, you got to become baby again, right? You got to just wiggle, right? So if I turn like this, my arms are following my body. So I try to turn from the center, or at least turn the waist, right? Think in the middle, and let the arms hang straight down and twist, right? You see those movies, right? Those silly movies, and the guy's arms don't work, right? Oh, Princess Bride has that. Remember? Princess Bride, what's his name? The hero guy, right?
Princess Knight.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. But
his whole body doesn't wake up.
Yeah, he doesn't wake up, right? And he's trying to move like this because he can only move the center, and everything else just has to wiggle, right? So, and you see others, right? They get drugged, so they're trying to reach something, so they have to throw the body, and that swings the arms out. And that's what it is. You turn. You relax everything, and you just turn from the center, and you let everything go and just let it follow the movement. So you just let the arms flow. That's a legitimate exercise and training. Right? So you don't move the arms. The arms move by themselves. The arms move. And it goes back to that little drum toy, right? You roll the stick, the drum turns, has the string with the 2 little beads, and you play the drums, right? They swing. And as the faster you turn it, you notice that if you rotate in one direction, the beads are swinging in the opposite direction, right? It's a snap. Yeah, that's a snap,
snap, snap. I just realized my husband must have thrown away the 2 drums that I had.
Don't have to go back to Chinatown. Yeah. Well, that's what that toy is teaching. That's why if you watch Karate Kid, right? Karate Kid. They have that. Yeah. That's the one, right? It's a lesson. It's a lesson in there how to move. So the stick is your spine, right? When you turn it with your hand, that's your tantin, right? So
I just had my what is it called, bone density test, X-ray, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Said that my spine is growing bone, and they didn't know why. And I said, probably because Sunday I'm doing this.
You're doing the Qigong. Yeah.
So they said that's very good. It's building bone.
Yeah, that's so and that's data. Yeah, that's data because
I would encourage anyone that does their bone density tests you see if you've improved in this area.
Yeah.
I believe you will with Randy's work or what we do with him.
Yeah, so with the Qigong, and that's why I emphasize the bone marrow so much, right? The intent of running the Qi through the bone marrow, because that's how you build new blood cells, new bone cells. You have to stimulate the bone growth. When I was doing the Kung Fu, the bone growth, a lot of it came from external. By external, I mean like just physical whipping the hand. And that's why my right arm, you can, if you squeeze, you can feel that it's so much denser than squeezing this side. You feel like you can snap this side. It just hasn't developed. But a lot of the development came because of speed and velocity, right? Forcing the blood through it, where the left hand wasn't doing that kind of movement. But really, right, you can stand here and hold posture, and you can imagine you get to that point where the intent moves the blood and the Qi, right? So physical movement is one way to move the blood, right? But intent, that's the Qigong, intent, getting the blood to flow and imagine it flowing. That's the other way. It doesn't matter how you get it done, you want the blood flowing through the bone marrow, yeah, keeping it alive. So thinking every cell of your body is alive, every cell of your body is regenerating, yeah? Flushing the Qi through the body, right? Flushing the Qi, moving the Qi up, manipulating the Qi, moving the joints, right? Letting the joints circle. Yeah. So learning the mechanics makes your movement more efficient and takes away the muscular and takes away the blockage. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't have to be exact, right? I don't really want anybody doing like this right now. That's too much. That's too much. You're on your own. You sign disclaimers that if you get hurt, right, before you try that, right? So that's why it's more upright and circular. Yeah? If you can get the arm, you feel this rotation, right? That's what's important. You feel this rotation, you feel this rotation, you feel the rotation of fingers. Yeah. But basically, during class, you folks have the movements. Yeah, you have the basic form. And it's not easy. I can guarantee you that when I learned it, right, I was way behind where you are now. Yeah. And we would stand in a circle. So I would try to stand right across from the teacher and mirror. Because if you're at a different position, yeah, it's like, turn left, right, which way are you turning? What are they doing? And they're just moving, and you're like, wow, mommy, save me.
I like when your back is to us, because I can follow really easily.
Yeah, so when I go this way, it's a little bit easier, but it hides certain movements. So yeah, I try to show you the different angles. And then don't forget, all of this is, I'm taping this. When I say I'm taping, I always have to look at my phone to make sure I'm actually recording. So you can go back to the YouTube. Yeah, hopefully I'll get this one up by the end of today. I haven't been sending out the emails. If you subscribe to my channel, you just get the update, or you just go and look, and on my YouTube homepage, whatever I post last will come out. And then I do have it broken down by 2022 Tai Chi Qigong sessions and 23 and such. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't.
I have one other question.
Oh yes.
There was a message that showed up on the screen that there was a live transcript.
Oh.
Like, can you see it? But are we supposed to see what you're saying?
Oh.
Are we supposed to be able to see that?
Oh, okay. So
you can ask, and then what I do is make that possible.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So on your screen, if you're using the computer screen on the bottom, you'll see
I'm on my little phone.
Oh yeah, so on your phone. But look for where it says show captions or CC for closed captions. So if you click on that, it's getting better and better. Yeah. So if any of you can find where it says show captions, if you click on that, you'll get the subtitles. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So Yeah, so if you click on it as I'm talking,
okay.
it'll translate.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's what it is. I haven't looked at it for so long, but every time I do it, it actually gets better and better. Right? That's how that's the artificial intelligence. Yes, the speech on it. Before, you had to hours. My friend had Dragon speaking naturally, and he would tell me about how he had to train it. Right? You basically just reading and reading and reading and reading a prescribed script to train it. It listened to your voice, and it knew for that accuracy. Now it's not bad. It's getting better. It's getting better. It's still weird sometimes, but it's getting better.
I turned on the captions on my end so you can see it in the. Can you see transcript or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what. Yeah. Yeah. That's. We forget. Yeah. We've been doing the Zoom for so long. We kind of forget. Like, hey, let's go back and talk about the basic. The basic abilities of what we're using, and it upgrades all the time. Yeah, it upgrades all the time. Okay. All right. Any other questions about the silk reeling? So the silk reeling is flowing, relaxed, connected. Everything's connected, right? Every part of your body's connected, right? It expands and it relaxes. You never let it lock. It can be fast. It can be slow. It can be large circle, small circle. Yeah. All right. So we'll come back and see it. Yeah. And close the door. Come down, and we'll close class. Yeah, push the door all the way in so it locks. Yeah, make sure it's pushed all the way in so it doesn't open. Yeah. Okay. No. Just come in, sit down, please. Yeah. All right. Oh, my hip does feel a little better. Yeah, after class I really need to do that really myself and work all this out. Yeah. It's tight. It's been tight for a long time, and then it tightens up, and I can feel it coming down the side of my leg. And I don't jump out of bed. I take my time, let it relax. Yeah. Yeah. Extend your legs again, and just gently walk it back. Sit nice and straight. Look straight. Yeah. Drop your shoulders. Just rest your hand on your lap. Open the throat. Let the stomach just expand naturally. Yeah, take away this tension. Open the throat. Relax the chest. Relax the lower belly. And relax the face. Start with the forehead. Let those muscles go, and work your way down, and let all those muscles go. You feel it physically falling. You have to just let the muscles by your jaw fall. Let it go, and you feel it physically falling. And it's not just one time. You have to really search your face, let everything go. The throat should be open. When you breathe in, the air should just be flowing and rushing down, and your lower belly should just expand by itself. The facial is no expression if all the muscles are released. And that's what you want, that no expression. But in your chest, right, that little sun in your chest, and that feeling of smiling, thinking of something that makes you smile, or imagining someone smiling at you. And in between, checking that you're releasing tension. Any distractions, acknowledge it, and come back to your meditation. Slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together, loosen everything up. Yeah, make sure your fingers go in and out of each other. So you rub the sides of your fingers too. And then warm up your eyes. Yeah, just the heat from your hands. And then slowly brush your hair. So if you like the meditation bowls, that's all over YouTube, or if you have Spotify, if you go on YouTube, you can look for singing bowls or crystal bowls or just a meditation, and you can find the different frequencies. So they're basically tuned to the C scale, but the different notes, the different frequencies affect your body differently, different organs, right? Different channels, different part of your body will vibrate a little differently. And when you read them, they'll different frequencies are for different mental, emotional items too. Yeah, so you can look at these, and you can find from short sound bites to sometimes 9 hours, right? They'll just loop, so you could just play it on the side at night if you want to fall asleep to it, and just have it playing all night long, and they'll tell you what that frequency is for. And it's everything from cleansing the area to inside your body, or healing, or to calming, or even to attract abundance, right? So abundance can be anything. If it's money, money is abundance, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be money. Or you could just, if you're studying chakra, different frequencies to meditate on the different chakra. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do the cupping. Yeah. Wrist should be loose when you do this, and palms are a little bit rounded. And again, this is good not just for opening up the channels and blockages, stimulating, but it's also good for the conditioning and keeping your body conditioned. So when you hit things, right, your body knows how to respond. And I'm so glad to hear about that. The bone density scan. That's a really nice, that's a really nice real story, right? That's real live data. So I'm glad. I'm really glad about that. Okay, and I'm so happy Susie was able to really join us today. Yeah, you didn't have as much distractions. Oh, that's got to be so nice. I know you've been so busy. So many things. So Susie, remember to send me that email, remind me, and then I'll take a look at that date, and we'll see if we can get some help on that, and get some people to come out and donate their time and things. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Right hand, left hand. Yeah. Have a beautiful day. Yeah. Have fun. Go out, enjoy yourself. Watch the weather reports.